Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Back at you, brother. You are such an extraordinary leader, and we have become lifelong friends. I just, in front of everyone, I want to thank you, Tim. You lead with courage. You lead with heart. You see the people. You care about the people. You believe in uplifting the dignity to which all people are entitled, and you do it and you have a sense of fun when you're doing it. But you are an extraordinary leader, and obviously the people of Minnesota are very, very lucky to have you there. But you are a national leader and a dear friend, and thank you. Noel, thank you for your work in Pennsylvania and all that you did for our campaign. And let me just say to everyone on this call, I am so grateful for you, and I'm so thankful to you. I'm thankful for your love of our country and your willingness to put the work into it. I'm thankful for the faith that you.
She definitely seemed like she gone off something. Eyes look glossy. She looked disheveled. The whole thing, like she looks like she's had a rough night, or maybe she just woke up, or she off something. She look insane.
Put in me and Governor Walz and our team. And I am thankful because I know your character is such that you're not going to get knocked down. And you're in this fight, and you're in it for all the right reasons. And I know that about you. It's why you're part of this call right now and all the work that you did over those 107 days and even before. That's your nature. And the outcome of this election obviously is not what we wanted. It is not what we worked so hard for. But I am proud of the race we ran. And your role in this was critical. What we did in 107 days was unprecedented. Think about the coalition that we built, and we were so intentional about that. You would hear me talk about it all the time. Being a daughter of parents who are active in the civil rights movement, I know and believe that the best movements that are about progress in our country mean that it's leaders that we are dedicated to the coalition, to bringing people together that seemingly have nothing in common, but have everything in common.
This is why she always during the campaign season was never able to go off script, because and I tried to give her a lot of grace for this. She always seemed like she off something. And I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if she got an addiction or not, and I'm not saying that she does. What I am saying, it seems like she always is off something. And for those type of people, you got to put the cue cards in front of them. You got to make sure that they read it directly. Don't get them off script. Don't let them talk for themselves, because you know that they got to show up. You know that they got to do it because the obligation is there, but it doesn't mean that it's going to go well. And so you try to cover it up as best as you can, and she still got a lot of word salad, but let's see if we can get to it.
A coalition where we bring people together based on a deep love of our country and our understanding that the strength of our country will be a function of our willingness to put in the work.
She gotta be drunk. Did you hear what she just said? Listen.
The strength of our country will be a function of our willingness to put
you know how was it's funny because over the last couple of days I've been talking about how um she was telling her political advisors to keep her options open, and that she was possibly going to run for president in 2028, and then also governor possibly in 2026 over in California. That would be Christmas. JD Vance would absolutely eat her alive. Look at her. Look at how it paused. She looks like she's off something. For real, for real. This is insane.
in the work.
Get her from off the camera, bro.
And that we will do that work with a sense of joy, yes, with a sense of work ethic and understanding it's going to be hard, but it's good work. It's good work to be engaged in a collective fight for America's future. And it means so much to me and to Governor Walz that you knocked on doors, you called friends, You called in favors. You said, "Hey, I showed up at your softball game. Now I need you to show up at the campaign office." You put in the time. It was personal for you, and you gave all that you could to support our campaign.
Only for them
Because
to blow through $1.5 billion, give it to their friends and their families, give it to Roland Martin, giving it to Al Sharpton, giving it to Beyonce, giving it to Harpo Productions, giving it to all of these people, and they blew through all your money and they went 20 million in debt and they still fundraising. Not because she's still trying to campaign or count votes, because they're trying to cover the debts. And maybe that's one of the reasons why she's showing up on this, because they have to cover the debts.
of your efforts, get this, we raised an historic $1.4 billion, almost $1.5 billion
And
from
lost
grassroots
everything.
supporters alone,
And lost
the
everything.
most in presidential campaign history. Nearly 8 million donors contributed an average donation of about $56 to fuel our people-powered campaign. And understand
This is
that the
bad.
work that we did included the work that so many of you here did, which is to talk to first-time voters. Many of you are first-time voters. And to talk about how being involved can make a difference. And that remains true.
Imagine if
And
she had
that's one of
became
the pieces
president.
that I just want us to please take away, that our fight for freedom and for opportunity and for the promise of America, it included, for example, nearly almost 4 million first-time contributors to our campaign because of the work you did of helping people know that they can be engaged and that they're not outside, that they're inside, that we're all in this together.
She
And
is
that
drunk out of her mind. Gotta be. This look crazy.
work continues. The work must continues of
The
remind
work must continues. The work must continues. I'm hearing stuff. I'm gonna replay it for you.
continues. The work must continues of reminding
Can't even
ourselves
read the
that
cards
we
right.
have an ability to stay engaged in a way that will make a difference. The work that you all did, it's going to have lasting effect. Again, I'll say, the election didn't turn out like we wanted it to. Certainly not as we planned for it to. But understand that the work we put into it was about empowering people. That's the spirit with the work we
It's about
did.
making your friends
Our
rich.
spirit and our work was about saying that it is a strength that we each have to lift people up as opposed to beating people down. It
She's
is a
so
strength
stupid.
we have that has lasting effect. So all that work that you did that was about engaging with other people, engaging with perfect strangers and in their face seeing a neighbor, that has lasting effect. It reminds people that there are leaders like you who care and will bring us together. And sometimes in the darkest moments, people lose faith in that. Are there people out there that feel that way? And you reminded people that yes, there are. And there are a lot of us. And that strength cannot be taken from us. That is our strength. It cannot be taken from us. So listen, as I said the day after the election, I still strongly believe the light of America's promise will burn bright as long as we never give up and we keep fighting. And the fight that fueled our campaign, a fight for freedom and opportunity, that did not end on November 5th. A fight for the dignity of all people, that did not end on November 5th. A fight for the future, a future in which all people receive the promise of America? No. A fight that is about a fight for the ideals of our nation, the ideals that reflect the promise of America, that fight's not over. So look, we still have a lot to fight for, okay? A future where every American can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations.
She is reading hard, trying to stay on point. And let me just say this. She do sound like she off something. More importantly, the question that you have to ask yourself is she making this speech because she's trying to stay engaged with her supporters so that she can make a run, or is she doing this because they still trying to cover that $20 million debt? That's the question that you're asking yourself.
Where the women of America have the right to make decisions about their own body, not their government telling them what to do. Our fight for the rule of law, for freedom for all, for equal justice,
Yeah, she
for
need
the
to go back on
sacred
vacation.
principle
Bad,
that everyone, no matter where they start out,
bad.
has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be upheld. That's not over. That fight's still in us and it burns
This
strong.
doesn't convince us at
And I
all.
know this is an uncertain time. I'm clear-eyed about that. I know you're
No,
clear-eyed
you're
about
not.
it. And it feels heavy. And I just have to remind you, don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the same power that you did before November 5th.
No, you don't. You're
And
getting
you
out of
have
here.
the
You're getting
same
deported.
purpose that you did. And you have the same ability to engage and inspire. So don't ever let anybody or any circumstance take your power from you. Look, this mission that we have, it takes hard work.
This is
But as you've
bad.
heard me say many times,
This
we
is
like
bad.
hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work can be joyful work.
Mm,
And in doing our work,
this is
we will
painful.
remain committed and intentional about building community, building coalitions, reminding people that we all have so much more in common than
Oh,
what
yeah,
separates
sorry.
us.
We
We
heard
will be
that.
armed
We
with
heard
the
it
faith and the
all the whole
fuel
campaign season.
that tells us what is possible and then drives us to achieve it. So let's continue to organize and mobilize and stay
And cover
engaged.
that $20 million hole.
And I thank you all. I thank you all. We are all in this together. All right? We are all in this together. And on this practical eve of Thanksgiving, I wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we heard it before. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the chat. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. We definitely gonna be going over this on the Millionaire Morning Show more in depth. I love you. I appreciate you. Get your tickets to come and see me December 14th. All of that discount code Anton is in the description.